think that this question indeed conjures images of many people in our midst, and I think that such a question indeed requires deep consideration to answer.
Cancer patients, or the image that comes up or pops up in my mind whenever cancer patients are mentioned, is that of a person on a hospital bed surrounded by machines to perhaps control or even respirators to help them with breathing. So I find this image slightly stereotypical in the sense that it showcases the most adverse effects of cancer and the societal implications and the stigmas that cancer brings, but it doesn't really showcase the full range of cancer patients, even those who are those that recovered and are walking in their daily lives. Yeah.
I am very affected by this stereotype that's often shown in movies, often described in books. So I feel when I think of a cancer patient, I think of a sickly person, maybe with no hair, because of chemotherapy, and then lying on the bed very deeply with IVs. I have no idea what this are called, hooked up. And then but then I feel like maybe in the early stages they seem happier, and then as that goes by they become weaker and weaker. That's my opinion of that. I don't know about others, but I feel mainly for me, I feel like young cancer patients are often victims of maybe other people who are smoking. I heard second-hand smoke is apparently more harmful than smoking itself. So I feel it's often the environment they're brought up in, but I think maybe other people would think that they are at fault because there are many young smokers in the world now, in this globalized world where everything is interconnected. It's very easy to obtain cigarettes and stuff, so maybe they will blame them for smoking, that's why they get cancer.
In my opinion, I'm not too sure of what many people's perception of young cancer patients are, because they're not even many people are not even really aware that young cancer patients exist. But I would say that of those who vaguely know about it, they also have rather negative images of these young cancer patients, either that they are smokers, they are delinquent basically, or that they were brought up in poor environments which has these environmental factors which lead to cancer. So it's always an image of suffering, always an image of the poverty, which I don't think accurately reflects these young cancer patients.
Personally, I feel that the image or what people perceive these young cancer patients isn't really well discussed, and I'm sure this is why your BIA is actually being conducted, to spread awareness. So we shouldn't entirely blame them or say it's their fault they got cancer. There are a lot of environmental and genetical factors that might have contributed to their likelihood.
I think that many people around the world don't know a lot about cancer, and this is a very pressing and pertinent issue that we need to combat in order to fully allow us to achieve an equitable society. So I think that what people think of cancer patients is that they are very pitiful and they're very tragic, and then young cancer patients are victims of their own problems in their life, and maybe it's like karma or something, if some people believe in that. And I think that that is indeed truly a big misconception that we need to combat in our everyday lives.
The answer to this question is undeniably yes. YES in big capital letters. And this was my grandmother on my father's side. So when she got cancer, I was only... it was 2016, so I was P4. So I think my grandmother was a very nice person, and then she was a very good grandmother to me, and she always took care of me and always cooked very good meals for the family whenever we had dinner together at the house. So when she got cancer, I think at that time I didn't really fully understand the magnitude of the word cancer. So I think I didn't really understand. All I knew that there was something bad happening, and then every week my father had to go down and pray next to her bed, and then some doctor would come to drain water out of the lungs or something. I'm not very sure, I wasn't privy to many of these details, I only remember that I took some family heirloom because I'm the first grandson. So I think that so that's someone that I knew that had cancer, and she died that year as well.
Okay, actually, one of my family member had cancer, but fortunately, it was just stage 1A, so he managed to make a pretty fast recovery. And it's been 5 years, and there's been like no resurgences. Yeah.
My grandmother did have cancer on my mother's side. From what I know, it was probably like ovarian cancer at stage 4. So, I think that year I was actually very young. I think I was only 4 years old or something. So I didn't really get to know my grandmother very well before she passed on. Once someone gets cancer, it really is only a matter of time. Either before the cancer makes a resurgence or the person passes on from the cancer. But there are also hope. There's also hope, I would say, in our country.
My paternal grandmother also passed away last year because of cancer. So yeah, I'm not very sure about details because we weren't allowed to go to China to visit her, but she lives there. I think all of the circuit breaker is like closed down. So then I would see my father and my parents were very worried about her every day. Then in the end, I think my father went to her funeral last year at the end of the year. And yeah, I'm not that close with her because these few years she hasn't really been able to come over. But I remember when I was young, she did come over to like buy me a lot of nice things and really celebrate and have fun with me. So I really appreciate that. And I think I do feel quite sad that she has left.